The chaos, the controversy, the pop revolution that was Madonna in the 1980s. And listen, I'm not just talking about baseless controversy. I'm talking about the message, the vision, the unfiltered, unafraid, unapologetically female statements she made. And one song that sparked a fire so loud it still echoes today, Papa Don't Preach. They forget just how radical she was when she stepped onto the scene. But make no mistake, from the very beginning, Madonna wasn't just selling sex, she was selling agency. And that's what scared people the most. Let's set the scene. Early 1980s, a young scrappy girl from Michigan drops into the New York music scene like a bomb. Her first few singles, Holiday, Lucky Star, and Borderline, are cute, respectable R&B pop jams, danceable, fun. But it's 1984 when things change. That's when she drops Like a Virgin. And suddenly it's no longer about just the beat, it's about what the beat represents. Like a Virgin was pure chaos wrapped in a cute little bow. Madonna rolls around on the stage of the first ever MTV Amaze in a wedding dress, singing about virginity, but not in a way that made you feel like she was giving it away. It wasn't submission, it was power. She flipped the narrative, took something that had always been used to measure a woman's worth, and turned it into a game of control. That's Madonna's first real statement, not just about sex, but about who owns the story. She wasn't a passive object of desire, she was an active participant. But Madonna didn't stop there, she kept pushing. Each song, each video, each outfit, another break in the empire of female autonomy. She dabbled in Catholic imagery like it was glitter. She made people uncomfortable on purpose. And by 1986, she was ready to go even deeper. That's when she dropped True Blue, her third studio album, and easily her most grown body of work at that point. She was in love, she was more confident, and she was ready to get personal. The album had hits like Live to Tell, Open Your Heart, La Isla Bonita, but the one that made everyone stop in their tracks, the one that made politicians, priests, feminists, and teenage girls all clash in public discourse, Papa Don't Preach. Let's break it down. On the surface, it's a catchy pop song. Great melody, killer production, peak 80s energy. But the lyrics, that's where the heat comes from. The song tells the story of a teenage girl who gets pregnant and decides to keep the baby, despite knowing her father might disapprove. Papa don't preach, I'm in trouble deep, but I've made up my mind, I'm keeping my baby. That wasn't just a lyric, that was a landmine. Now you have to understand, in 1986, this wasn't just edgy, it was explosive. The Reagan era was in full swing, the religious right was flexing its power in politics, abstinence education was all over schools, and here comes Madonna, the pop queen of the MTV generation, singing about a teenage girl making a choice. And not just any choice, the hardest one. She wasn't saying she made a mistake, she wasn't begging for forgiveness, she was saying, I've made up my mind, it's my decision. And here's where things got messy, because people didn't know what to do with that message. Was Madonna pro-life? After all, the girl in the song kept the baby. Was she promoting teenage pregnancy? Some critics thought the upbeat tone made it seem cool to have a kid young.
It's a song about a teenager having a baby. It's called Papa Don't Preach. The song's a big hit, but its lyrics have raised a storm of controversy.
I think it encourages teens to be sexually active. I think it encourages teens to get pregnant. I think it encourages teens to have babies when they get pregnant.
It's not an anti-abortion song. What it says is there's other choices. And that is, instead of killing your baby, you can keep your baby.
Right there, that discourages abortion, which could be a problem for America.
I don't think that's very good at all, what she's telling people in her songs.
It celebrates life. It celebrates a teenager making a difficult decision. Want to have a baby or you get pregnant. You have to think of all the expense. Love is not everything.
Well, it was more an issue about your parents accepting you no matter what happens. You know what I mean? And it was about a father choosing to love and support her daughter, even regardless of what she chose to do about, keeping the baby.
We saw it as like a Harper Valley PTA kind of a song, and we just liked it. We had good drama appeal to it. I don't think she knew it was going to rock the Vatican.
Was she being reckless, empowering, manipulative? No one could agree because Madonna refused to explain it.
I think it encourages them teenagers who do get pregnant to seriously consider carrying those pregnancies to term.
The one voice that hasn't been heard from, of course, is Madonna's. She's not commenting, nor will she acknowledge Papa Don't Preach as an anti-abortion song. She has been quoted as saying, whatever the message in her song, she had a feeling it would be taken the wrong way.
She let the art speak, while the world argued. Conservatives tried to claim the song, using it as anti-abortion propaganda. They said, look, even Madonna agrees. Meanwhile, feminists were split. Some praised her for putting the power of the decision in the girl's hands. Others accused her of romanticizing the idea of teen motherhood. The Catholic Church was furious. They already had beef with Madonna, now they saw her as a moral threat to the youth. But Madonna just watched the chaos unfold, because she knew what everyone else was missing. This wasn't a song about right or wrong, it was a song about choice, about the fact that no matter what side you're on, it's her body, her decision, her life. And that feels very revolutionary and even prophetic in today's world. Because remember, this was before pro-choice was something pop stars said in interviews, before the internet let celebrities craft nuanced statements in Notes app screenshots, before it was commonplace to make statements like these. Madonna stood on that stage in that video and said, "This is my voice, you don't get to edit it." The video for Papa Don't Preach made it even louder. She wasn't playing a cartoon, she wasn't hypersexualized, she had short, cropped hair, minimal makeup, just like the average American girl. And she looked real, relatable, human. It wasn't Madonna the icon, it was Madonna the girl who could be you. And that's what made the song dangerous. It didn't preach, it didn't moralize, it just said, this is what I'm doing, whether you like it or not. This is a scenario that women go through. The impact? Massive. Papa Don't Preach went #1. True Blue became her most successful album. It showed the world that pop music could be political. It could be personal. It didn't have to scream to be powerful. It just had to speak a truth. And now let's fast forward to today in a post-Roe v. Wade America, where women's rights to bodily autonomy are literally being rolled back in real time, where protests are happening on courthouse steps and people are still arguing over who gets to make decisions about a woman's body. That's where this song becomes prophetic, because in 1986, Madonna said something we're still trying to say louder than ever: you don't get to tell me what to do with my body. And yes, that even includes a powerful, influential male figure in my life. It's wild how relevant Papa Don't Preach still is, how even now people would dissect it the same way, call it controversial, debate her intentions, try to spin it for their side. But the genius of Madonna is that she never gave you a clear answer, because the point was never about siding with politics, the point was giving the girl a voice. And that's what a lot of Madonna statement songs did, especially in her earlier career. And whether you agreed or not, that wasn't her problem. Madonna wasn't looking for approval, she was looking for freedom. Papa Don't Preach was written based on the teen gossip that the songwriter would hear outside of his recording studio, and Madonna came in and altered a few lyrics. So this song was also based off of real life. Papa Don't Preach isn't about encouraging teenage pregnancy, it's not about being pro-life or pro-choice in the political sense, it's about choice, period. About the power to decide for yourself, even when the world wants to shout you down, and that message is still pretty revolutionary, still necessary, because whether it's a teenage girl in 1986 or a woman in 2025, everyone deserves to have their voice heard.